Dating today is weird. Not because people stopped wanting love, but because modern dating created something humans were never prepared for: unlimited options. Think about this. For almost all of human history, your dating pool was small. You met people through friends, school, work, your neighborhood. You slowly got to know someone over time. But today, you can wake up, open one app, and see hundreds of people in less than 10 minutes. And at first, that sounds amazing. More choices, more freedom, more opportunity. But psychologically, too many options create a completely different problem. Humans stop appreciating what they already have. Because now the brain constantly thinks, what if there's someone better? Better looking, funnier, more successful, more interesting. So instead of building connection, people keep searching. Modern dating apps accidentally turned relationships into shopping. Swipe, next. Swipe, next. And once humans become endless profiles, attention spans enter dating too. That's why so many people lose interest fast now. Not always because the other person is bad, but because the brain got addicted to novelty. New messages feel exciting. New attention feels exciting. New attraction feels exciting. But long-term connection? That requires patience. And patience performs terribly in a world trained by instant gratification. This is why many people today love the beginning of relationships, but struggle with stability. The talking stage feels exciting. Everything is unpredictable, emotional, intense. But eventually every relationship becomes calmer, more normal, more comfortable, and people mistake peace for boredom. That is one reason modern relationships collapse so quickly, because many brains are now trained for stimulation, not emotional consistency. Social media made this worse. Every single day, people consume unrealistic versions of relationships online. Perfect couples, perfect trips, perfect gifts, perfect chemistry. Nobody posts the arguments, the misunderstandings, the awkward silence, the emotionally difficult days. So people start comparing real relationships to edited highlights, and reality loses every time. Another huge problem is validation culture. Some people no longer date because they genuinely want connection. They date because attention feels good. A match, a compliment, a DM, a notification, tiny dopamine hits. And over time, validation becomes addictive. That changes relationships completely. Because when attention becomes the goal, people stop seeing others deeply. They become temporary entertainment. This is why ghosting became normal. Years ago, ending relationships required uncomfortable conversations. Now, people disappear with one tap, because technology removed emotional accountability. And while all this is happening, people are becoming more emotionally guarded. Men fear rejection. Women fear manipulation. Everyone fears wasting time. So instead of honesty, people perform. Act less interested. Reply slower. Pretend not to care. Modern dating became emotional strategy. But underneath all these games, most people secretly want the same thing: to feel chosen. Not temporarily. Not until someone better appears. Actually chosen. And that feels rare now, because dating apps constantly remind people there's always another option. That creates insecurity. People stop feeling special. They start feeling replaceable. One mistake? Replace. One boring week? Replace. One disagreement? Replace. Humans were never designed to emotionally process endless romantic options. And that overload creates anxiety. But maybe the saddest part is this: people now communicate more than ever, yet understand each other less. Texting all day is not intimacy. Sharing reels is not connection. Liking someone's story is not emotional closeness. Real connection requires time, presence, vulnerability, patience. But modern culture rewards speed, fast entertainment, fast validation, fast relationships. And deep relationships grow slowly. That's why modern dating feels broken. Not because love disappeared, but because modern life trains habits that quietly destroy connection. Short attention spans, constant comparison, fear of vulnerability, addiction to novelty, endless options. All of it pushes people away from stable emotional attachment. And yet, despite everything, people still search for love. Why? Because deep human connection is still one of the strongest emotional needs we have. Not followers, not likes, not attention. Connection. Real connection. The people most likely to find healthy relationships today are usually not the people playing games the best. They are the people willing to communicate honestly, stop chasing perfection, slow down, and treat people like humans instead of profiles. Because love was never supposed to feel like scrolling. This is Fox Theory. And maybe modern dating feels broken because modern culture forgot how connection actually works.